Are the mighty giants of Asia, India, and China on the brink of yet another nerve-wracking border clash? Picture this: a clandestine road snakes its way near the majestic Siachen Glacier, the crown jewel of India and the world's highest battlefield at 5,000 meters. What makes Siachen so important for India, and what sinister game is China playing with this stealthy road construction? What is the historical significance of the Shaksgam Valley region where this road has been built? How does this impact India-China relations? And, most importantly, what is at stake if tensions escalate? Let us uncover the strategies and maneuvers in this high-stakes and high-altitude game of border brinkmanship. The newly built road branches out from China's Highway G219 and disappears into the mountains roughly 50 kilometers north of India's Indira Col in the Siachen Glacier. The Siachen Glacier holds immense strategic significance for India due to its vantage point. Positioned at an altitude of over 5,000 meters in the Karakoram Range, it provides unparalleled surveillance capabilities over both China-occupied and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, offering a significant advantage in terms of early warning and strategic positioning. However, the newly constructed road near the glacier compromises this advantage. The road provides China with easier access to the vicinity of Siachen, potentially enabling them to conduct covert operations or deploy forces closer to India's borders without detection. The road's entry point cuts through the Agil Pass, which historically served as the frontier between Kashmir and Tibet, which is now under Chinese occupation. Archival evidence reveals that even past Chinese rulers recognized this boundary. Official Indian maps from the early 20th century consistently depicted the Shaksgam Valley as Indian territory. This latest road construction by China seems to be a blatant disregard for historical agreements and a challenge to India's territorial claims. But the question is, how did the Chinese seize this territory? It was captured by Pakistan in the 1947 war and subsequently handed over to China in 1963, which to this date continues to be a bone of contention between India and China, as India's official stance asserts this area as Indian territory. Experts warn that this infrastructure development is not just about scenic drives. The road could be a vital artery for transporting resources, with some speculating it might be used to ferry uranium mined in Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan to China's Xinjiang province. But the most concerning aspect is the potential military implications. The road's proximity to the Siachen Glacier and the possibility of similar projects in the future raise fears of a strengthened Chinese military presence right on India's doorstep. China has been aggressively building infrastructure along disputed border areas for years. The Doklam standoff in 2017 and the deadly clashes in Galwan Valley in 2020 are poignant examples of the simmering tensions between the two Asian giants due to such aggressive build-up. The Indian government has maintained a firm stance on reclaiming Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, including Shaksgam Valley. It has repeatedly asserted that both Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Aksai Chin, another disputed border territory, now under Chinese occupation, are integral parts of India. However, strong statements have not translated into concrete action on the ground. India has lodged diplomatic protests China's infrastructure projects in the region, but these have yielded little result. This lack of decisive action from India is particularly concerning in light of past events. The disastrous Sino-Indian War of 1962 exposed India's vulnerability in the Himalayas. China's superior infrastructure and strategic positioning played a crucial role in their victory. History seems to be repeating itself, with China rapidly bolstering its presence along the line of actual control, LAC, the de facto border between the two nations. China's infrastructure spree extends beyond Shaksgam Valley. They have been aggressively building roads, bridges, and military installations along the entire LAC. This includes the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPC, a multi-billion-dollar project that passes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, further irking India. On the other side, India has also embarked on ambitious infrastructure projects to improve connectivity and military preparedness along the LAC. This includes building new roads, tunnels, and upgrading airfields. However, it still lacks the pace with which China is ramping up military infrastructure. This infrastructure race between India and China is a recipe for heightened tensions. The increased military presence on both sides of the LAC raises the specter of a future conflict. Miscalculations or misunderstandings fueled by nationalistic fervor could easily escalate into a full-blown war, with devastating consequences for the entire region. A potential conflict between India and China, two nuclear-armed nations, would be a global nightmare.